Hey y'all, I'm Sunny,
And I'm Liz.
and welcome to
Colorful Situations, a conversation about love, marriage, and everything in between.
How you feeling today?
I'm good. You know what? I'm feeling really, really good today that I'm going to beat you in saying that I am
Not green.
green. I'm green.
Well, I'm glad you're green. I'm glad you can be on the green team.
Hey.
What's that about?
That's about me being serene.
Okay.
That's just about me just being, hey, this is where I am. And I'm okay.
Right now.
I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay. I'm okay.
We gonna be all right.
Can you feel me? Can you be all right? Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that. I'm glad you're in the green. Green is always good.
Cause you in the green.
Actually, I'm not in the green. I'm not in the green today.
What?
I am sleepy. I'm sleepy, and so that's gonna put me in the blue. But it's not, like I said the last time, it's not because I'm sad. It's because I had a long week. I had a long past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm sleepy and I'm blue, but I'm not sad. I'm just sleepy because I had a long week.
Well, so yeah, it's okay. ColorBeams, where y'all at? Hopefully y'all been using this feeling wheel and you know where you are and what the color means and you can identify where you are.
Let us know in the comments how y'all feeling today.
Yes.
Yeah, drop down in the comments. Red, yellow, blue, green, purple, orange.
Well, this is a good one. And so we are going to be talking today about being straight with a crooked S.
Straight with a crooked S. What's that about?
Well, it's about those straight women who say that they're so straight and they ain't got nothing part. But if you catch them on a good day and 4 drinks in, they kissing on somebody's woman. That part.
Okay, let's go. Sound a real Dora the Explorer, right? Well, let's go.
Well, some of them got them little backpacks on and they want to explore. And down in the way down somewhere where can't nobody see, they exploring, but they exploring
behind closed doors.
They all the way
with the lights off. Okay, I don't know. I'm just,
and I always want to blame it on alcohol or something like that. But hey, is that really that, or was you already really open to be open to be open? So, have you ever had a situation where college, whatever, where you hang out, you are hanging with this friend of yours who's straight, right? And y'all kick back, drinking, whatever. She gets a little close, and then you be like, all right, that's my home girl, she cool, whatever. Everybody go home, but she don't go home. And then she get a little bit closer, and she start kissing on you.
No. I didn't do any of that in college. I ain't drank that much in college. Well, to be honest, I was already doing grown people stuff when I was a little, back in the day, even before I went to college, but that wasn't one of them.
That wasn't?
No.
You have never experienced a straight girl?
No.
Ever?
Listen, I have not ever had a moment where I was drinking and somebody else was drinking like, girl, let me see what it's like. No, that sounds like some TV stuff. No,
even without the liquor. Even without the liquor. Have you ever found yourself liking somebody and she says, oh, I'm straight, I don't go there, but maybe it's something about you and maybe let me see?
No.
You have never experienced a straight girl?
anyone that I've liked, I've been in a relationship with, and they weren't straight.
Mm.
And I'm not a person, I don't have people walk up to me and be like, hey girl. I don't even, it's crazy. It's crazy, but I have that face. That I have that unapproachable face when I'm just out somewhere.
That's
when
true.
I'm deep in thought. So I don't even have people to approach me.
Yeah.
So no, I don't play games. No, I don't play games. Now I know people that have, but I don't play games.
Well, here at the Colorful Situation World.
Yes.
Well, one side is colorful than the other. Yeah, like for sure. I have had.
You got story time?
Like,
I always got a story time.
Well,
but that comes with living. So what?
It does come with living. So there has been, in my lifetime of being, in this world. And
let it get to the story. Why are you sitting around here using all?
I'm trying to pull it together because, so this is what happened. Here's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Met somebody, beautiful lady, beautiful woman, right? And she did have children. She had 3 kids. And so it was like, hey, we're gonna hang out real friendly, whatever. And we became friends because I had kids. I had 2, she had 3. We would do things together, whatever, take the kids to different places or whatever like that. And so, yeah. One night it was like, wait, what? Huh?
What we doing?
That what we doing? Okay. And through that experience, I would always be like, yeah, it ain't straight.
Mm-mm.
You ain't not now. You didn't experience a couple. All right, you first. Because you was experienced. You teaching me some things. So you'd have been here.
Mm-hmm.
But if you asked her, her orientation was always that she was straight. And I was always introduced as her friend.
But were y'all in a relationship, or was it your girlfriend, or what?
In the beginning, we were friends, and then that happened. And let me just say, that happened, and she was very experienced, and I was like, wait, what? wait, huh?
Hey, girl.
Because by y'all, right? Like, that game was strong. So we were in, a relationship in the sense of like, we didn't have any titles or anything like that on it. But we did things together. She was cared for my children or whatever. I cared for her children. There was a point in time where I had to be on my own with my 2 children, and she made sure that, hey, you can come and stay here or whatever. Mm-hmm. And, as the kids would go to bed, it was a shakreep.
Well, I heard you say that she always introduced you as her friend. Is it that, did you want to be introduced as something more, or do you feel like she should have given you a certain title, or what is that about?
I mean, there was definitely conversations after a while because, mind you, it was a minute that we were in this situation. Mm-hmm. That I would be like, surely your family and your mama and your teenage son surely know. Now these babies may not know, mm-hmm. But the way you carrying on up in here, somebody knows
something. Somebody knows something.
Somebody knows something. So after a while, it was like, why am I still just, your friend? But then it went from friend to, oh, y'all know Liv. Because again, I was around the family for a while. Mm-hmm. So, that's just Liv. Never, this is really my girlfriend. My cut buddy, whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But she never really said any of that. But we definitely was in something. If it wasn't a situation, it was a situationship.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know anything about that. I can appreciate that you have experienced it, but no, I'm gonna hold off. But a lot of the times I hear, and I say studs or AGs or aggressives say, "Oh yeah, them straight girls, they always playing straight, all the other kind of stuff." And some like straight girls.
Yes, it's a thing.
And I heard that it's kind of like what I say, like the chase, not necessarily the chase.
Oh, I got one. It's that trophy or that one thing, that goal.
But if you think about it, like you just said, she wasn't like she was straight. So you thinking, yeah, you might play straight, but nah, that ain't what this is. So do you really know? You don't really know.
Yeah, no. I don't think you do.
For it to be a trophy thing,
Yeah. I think that, but there are some who hide it very well.
Right.
Or, play it as if like, oh, I've never done this. This is my first time. I'm normally not into women. And they're a really good actor or actress, and you really don't know, and you be like, oh yeah, hey.
Bobby your collar. Got one.
Right. And she walking out like, okay.
Got one. Got another one.
Right.
Yeah.
That part. So yeah, we're talking about straight with a crooked S. Is that a thing? Yes, it is. Do a lot of straight women or not saying all. So please, straight women, if you're watching this and you're part of our ColorBeam tribe and community, hey, we're not talking about you. And if you have, then it's okay too. But
it's fine. It's okay. We don't judge.
We don't. But there are women out there who consider themselves straight, but they have had experiences with lesbians, right? Whether that's with a boyfriend or without, because some would also say threesomes don't count. Like if I have a threesome with my guy and a girl, I'm straight because my guy was in a room, but you done been to Munch Town.
Not Munch Town. You cutting up today now.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? But they'll say, oh, but the guy was here, so I'm not gay. But if you're open to doing that, does that mean that you're gay if you're open to having a same-sex experience?
I think I first want to kind of roll it back and say, this is one of those conversations that can go on forever and ever, because people have different opinions and everybody has something for something, so yeah.
Well, I ask you the question.
Oh, what?
Does that mean that you're straight? If you're straight, but you have had same-sex experiences, are you really straight? Can you really say that you're straight?
I don't know. I don't know. I hadn't even really thought. I don't know, because there are those people that say, "Well, no, it was just like you said, it was just like a drunken."
Right.
But maybe it depends on how far you take it. It, like you said, you were pretty much in a full-blown relationship.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, a lot of people call themselves what they want to be called today.
That is
if
true.
You want to be called a straight woman, then go for what you know.
That's true. That's so true.
What do you think?
I feel like if you've had an experience, then you're open and just be okay with being fluid. And you know what I mean? I think that sometimes when you misrepresent yourself, it lends to tend for a more colorful situation, right? Because people who are you're with, if you are straight and you had this experience and you don't tell your person who thinks that you're heterosexual, and then you run into somebody and that girl who is clearly masculine presenting or whatever walk up to you and be like, hey baby, hey, I ain't seen you that. Well, be clear with yourself so that you can be clear with others. And if it's something in the past or whatever, okay, it's in the past and you may not have to be clear. But if it's something that you are currently doing and on Saturday you you
Saturdays is today.
after the club, you take, or you wake up on Saturday knowing that you're gonna go to a lesbian club to take somebody home.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you should probably think about, well, like I said, people want to be called, but really be honest with yourself.
Yes.
Because you know something else is going on.
Something else is going on. So I got some questions.
I'll see if I can answer them. I'll answer them to the best of my ability.
All right. Well, the first question is, why is it okay for two women to be together and people not consider them gay? But if two men are together,
Why is it okay for two women to be together and not two men to be together?
Yeah, because how sometimes you hear people be like, or the reason why straight women say that they're not gay or not a lesbian or not bisexual is because, it's natural. There was no penetration. So, but when you think about the other same sex experience, that's not natural. That's because they have to penetrate in a different way.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with what you just said as far as thinking about the sexual part of it.
Yeah.
So if you're playing, if your thought is just on the sexual part, even though that's a whole different conversation. But I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I know it's always been that way. It's okay for two girls and not two guys. I don't have an answer for that.
Right. I mean, and if you think about threesomes and stuff like that, people just think it's more natural for.
I don't know if I've ever heard anybody call it natural, but
well, I mean that they're okay with it. Like, okay, say you have two women that walk in somewhere or whatever, right? They're a little flirty with each other or whatever. People ain't gonna say nothing. But if the opposite was to happen where two men come in and they're flirty or one maybe a little bit more flamboyant than the other, then you have people staring, good looking and gawking or whatever,
I don't know. It may have something to do with just the male, a man just being a man. It's kind of like a woman is soft with a man and soft with a woman, but a man being maybe, I guess that's soft or flamboyant, as you say, a man being like that. Well, I guess you're right. That is kind of unnatural. People look at it
That's how they think.
People look at it as being unnatural for a man to be flamboyant and holding hands, but ultimately it's not about all that. And again, like I said, that's another conversation. So
yeah, very true. I mean, so I just asked that question to say because people tend to consider, or some women tend to consider themselves straight because they're doing it in a threesome with their boyfriend, or it's not considered a unnatural type of thing, or I'm not in a relationship with her. I ain't never had a relationship with women, so I'm straight.
Yeah. People, that comes back to the people, everybody having their own definitions and labels and things like that. So
yeah,
I don't have much on it.
Yeah, because in my mind, if you open it, you did it or whatever, then hey, you open. You may want to think about
you won. You won an M. you won an M.
My next question is, if we as lesbians, not to say that we have to walk and say, "Oh, I'm a lesbian" or whatever like that, but people would like for people of our community to pick a side or do whatever, right? Why don't they have to, as straight women? If you're straight and you have had an experience, like I said, where you're currently doing this on a regular basis, should you have to say that you're bisexual?
Well, I'm pretty sure the same people that would prefer a real LGBT label, I'm pretty sure they want those ladies to do the same thing. And if they listen, if they knew that those ladies was doing what they would definitely be beating down their door, asking them, "Hey, what is it now? You got to pick a side because I'm taking you over here. I need to know what's going on with you." So I think it's the same. If they knew, they would.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I guess it just comes down to how you can pass to, right? Because if you predominantly your primary is to pick guys, but every now and then you kind of like, an orange over that apple, then maybe because 80% of the time I'm with a guy, I don't have to say that I'm open or that I'm bisexual because 80% of the time I'm with a guy.
Well, wait a minute. Who asking these questions?
Oh, even though
I was just getting ready to say, even though I know that we're having this colorful conversation, it's just like people, you know me. It's like, first of all, don't ask me nothing about my business.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't ask. What are you asking me? Why you in my business?
Right. For sure.
This ain't got nothing to do with you.
For sure.
So that's why I said that.
Well, and I feel like, who's asking? Well, when it becomes a colorful situation where you as a straight woman have had an experience with someone and now you're living this double life. You may be married to a guy, but you're creeping over here. Now you have involved a lot of different things going on, bringing a lot of different things together, making a colorful situation by not just saying, "Hey, let me just own up to the fact that I may be bisexual, and I like both."
I guess it's not as acceptable. It's not as acceptable. If I'm married, but I like to dibble and dabble every so often.
I like a little cream on the side.
Yeah, it's just not acceptable to people. But then...
So then people hide it.
Right. But then, it goes back to me like, why are you asking me what's going on in my bed or in my... What are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
So do you think it's okay if if the straight woman's spouse is okay with her getting a little cream? Then nobody should be none the wiser, and she should.
Actually, I was gonna mention that because that's a thing. People know, if you know and you're in tune with your spouse and you know what's going on, you know how they feel, and you're open enough to share, and they open enough to say, you know what, babe, I love you, and I know that you... Now, let's put some boundaries on this thing. Now, I know you like a little something every once in a while, but it's not going to be no all the time thing. But I want you to be happy. I want you to be able to express yourself in a way where you can feel complete and not feel like you have to hide it from me. So, yeah, I think that's a real thing, too.
For sure. So, there's this thing. It was something on Netflix. I think it was called Black. It was a show on Netflix where this guy and his best friend, were playing video games, and his friend gave him this video game where they could actually feel what was happening in the video game, right? And so when they picked their characters, they were able to do certain things in the video game and feel it in real life. Well, the friend who was in love with his best friend decides to pick a girl and do some things. And they met up and kept doing it. Now, the one guy was like, "No, I don't want to do this, blah, blah, blah," in real life, because he was like, "Well, this makes me this and this or whatever." Well, by the end of all of this, he tells his wife, and his wife is like, "Okay." And they agree that she gets, on their anniversary, she gets to go out and go pick up whatever male or whoever she wants to be with, and he gets to log into the video game and be with his friend, but only through the video game.
Girl, what you watching?
It was called Black something. I know y'all. Somebody out there knows. On Netflix. It was on. It's like the modern day Twilight Zone.
I don't know what this lady talking about, y'all. But
ultimately,
whatever works for them works for them.
Yes. I mean, ultimately, that's at the end of the day when he confided in his wife about his feelings. He had to realize them himself 1st.
Mm-hmm.
But once he confided into his wife, like, this is something that I want. I'm in love with you. I don't want it all the time, but I enjoy it and I would like it. And she loved him enough to say, you go ahead and do this, because secretly, I would like to have something too. And they compromise.
Yes. Okay. Girl, I don't know what you be watching. I don't know what you on over there. You get yourself together, Hattie.
But ultimately, I mean, it does come down to that. Like, if you know that you have some type of feeling for something else, right? And your partner is okay with it, maybe you can have an open situation or whatever. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. Go ahead with your story, honey.
But anyway, we're gonna check some levels here.
Okay, y'all. Well, if you are
straight with a
crooked S and
you ain't told nobody because you like to dip your little cookies in some little milk, and every Saturday we can see you over there at the last bar,
you're in the red. Now, on the other hand,
if you have been there and done that, and you're currently trying to make sure that you are letting people know that you are fluid and you just do like some cream with your cookies, you're
in the yellow. Now, if you're to the point where you just tell people to mind their business, you're in the green.
All the way green.
All the way. Girl, you're in the green.
Well, do you have any resolve for this colorful situation?
Tell people to mind their business. And if you don't want it out in the street, if you don't want to be questioned about it, keep your business to yourself. That is my resolve. What about you?
And if you can't tell people to mind their business, or you keep your business out of people's streets, then come true. Be real with yourself. Evaluate and say, hey, this is me, and how am I going to maneuver with this? That part.
Okay, so y'all know that we are interactive over here, and we will be dropping these questions down in the comments. So the first question is, have you ever found yourself in a situation where you were keeping secrets or where you were living a double life and people are asking questions about it? If so, what did you do about it? Did you kind of go back into your shell and just don't think about it until the next time come up, and then you figure out a different way to maneuver? Once it was resolved, once you decided to keep the people out, how did you keep it out? Or how did you, if you decided to even keep the secret or keep living a double life, how did you maneuver in your relationships with not only your spouse or just other people in your life? Yeah. Let us know down in the comments. We want to hear. We're interested.
I'm interested.
She's interested. She want to know. I'll look, but she want to know.
So what we talked about today, we talked about being straight with a crooked S. You know, talking about those women that are straight but may not be so straight because they slither over to the other side.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while. They get a little cream. We talked about, do they have a responsibility to tell people? And why is it okay for two women to be together? And why is it okay for people to think that they are not part of our community, even though they have experienced it or they continue to experience it? We had some resolve. And as my good friend said, keep your business to yourself and tell them folks to stay out of your business. In order to do so, I said, you got to check yourself. Be real with yourself so that either A, you can keep the people out your business so you can maneuver in a certain way, or just be honest, like, hey, this is what I like, so that you can discuss it.
Yeah. Okay, y'all. We want to thank y'all for stopping by and sitting with us through this conversation.
Yes.
Drop down in the comments because we want to know what y'all think. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. And we are on YouTube, of course, Instagram, and Facebook. And you can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
And remember, not all colorful situations are the same, but you have the power to change your hue.